Well, good morning, everybody. How are we all doing? Sam here, United People's TV. It's Thursday. It's the 31st of August. We've got the Champions League live draw later on today. I will be here. But this morning, we're speaking about transfers still. And the deadline is what? 25 hours away now, if I'm correct? I said no, 30, 36, 37 hours away? Sod knows. It's 11 p.m. on Friday. My brain's not computing properly this morning. I cannot tell you how busy I've been before this live show, but we've got it live. We're here. We're ready. All the tabs are set up. The Discord has been launched. The Champions League live draw is this evening, and we're talking about Amrabat. We're speaking about Van der Beek. We're speaking about Mengi. I can't wait to take that board down now. And look at that board with stain. Pain. So much stuff to try and keep your head around, to get your head around. It's almost mind-blowing. Anyway, that's a moan aside. I've got that on my system. Who's down here for the member gang this morning? You can let me know. Well, I can actually look and see your names. And then we can run through the whole show. There are seriously so many things to talk about. And it really does anger me that we've got so many things to talk about with just one day left in the window. I didn't want this panic this year. I thought we were avoiding it with those early signings. Alas, we managed to do the early signings and still managed to get into a panic. Who's here from the gang? Let's have a look. Paula, good morning to you. Kent, I'm allowed to moan. Oh, good. I feel better now. Keith, good morning to you. Brian Wangila. Robert Bennon, good morning to you. Tom, we got John. Jonathan watching on Facebook. Andrew, how you doing there? We've got Jerry. We've got Aloysius, Carl, Off-Key, Ian. Got Matt Frost. Oh, I complained about the intro. I know the intro is terrible, isn't it? I'm watching on Facebook. We've got Red Devils Down Under. Are you watching from Wales? No, you're watching from... Oh, you might be watching from... You're watching from Australia. How you doing, buddy? Paul Gerard, Michael Parsons, Stu. Good morning to everybody. Oh, there's a few things that we need to run through before we start the show today, and this is a big one, right? I've been working on this so much. It's silly. The Discord is now finally back in business. Now, I know that there are going to be so many people that go, what? People don't like change, right? It's quite normal that people don't like change. But because of the community and the way our community has grown completely organically, everybody gifting memberships, the Telegram does not fit the community anymore. It is not big enough for our community. And that's why the chats and the general chat and the members chat, it became quite intimidating for a lot of people because there's so many people in there and the conversation is flying so much. It's very hard to keep up to date with everything. That's why the Discord has been launched. Now, please, if you would, join it. Become part of the community. I'll give you a quick run through here of what it is. This might look intimidating to you, but I promise you it's not intimidating. On the left-hand side here, you can see all the different channels. We've got our transfer gallery where you can get all the latest United news in one place, accurate news. And you can see that the channels are split down. You can't actually see it because my face is in the way. Let's go here. You've got general, you've got a channel for the women's team, a channel for the academy. You've got separate lounges down here for if you want to talk about food or TV and film. The conversations are separated. And by doing that, it allows conversations to flow a lot more. Jerry, you're saying Discord is hard. Guys and girls, there's so many mods on there and they're all going to help you. I've made a welcome video. I've done an FAQs. I've done everything. I promise you, I know there's going to be tons of people complaining about it, but it's happening. Discord is the place for our community. Telegram will be being closed down in 1 month's time. The Telegram will not exist. So please, if you would, go across there. If you find Discord difficult, there are mods there to help you. They will guide you. They'll hold your hand and guide you through. And trust me, when you've done it, you go, I know what I was complaining about. This is brilliant. I know that Discord is something that you need to learn, but that's what everyone's there for. So please, if you would, let me drop that comment down there again. That's the link. I want to get the whole community over there because at the moment it's split between Telegram and Facebook and TikTok and Twitter and YouTube. And it's in like 7 different places. Everybody, please go there because I'm going to be so much more active on there. I'm going to be doing live chats with you, voice chats. That's where the arms is going to be held on Discord now. Right? Pete, you're saying, what's up with Telegram? Dude, Telegram is not fit for purpose anymore. There's over 5,000 people in that Telegram, and there's only 2 chats. You can do the maths. It's extreme. Everything flows too much in there. It's not big enough. We've outgrown the house. All right. Discord is where it's happening. So big up to Joe, big up to Carl, and everybody who's helped make this. It is a lot of work that's gone into this. This is not an average Discord. Everything has been thought out and thought through. Please go over there. Right. And I'm going to be saying that every single day for the next month. And also, what I'll say today, we're nearly about to start the show. You know, everyone says the intros are too long. This really is the longest intro I've ever done in my life. But if I can say, this is the last day for the raffle prize. You can win a brand new 2022 model iPad Air worth in excess of 600 quid. This is the last raffle draw that I'm going to do for a couple of months. Going to be focusing on other things, other competitions, other giveaways, and other prizes. The raffle closes today. You can win this for £1. Somebody won a 50-inch 4K TV for £1. Somebody won 700 quid towards their holiday, which I think they went to Disney with their family. Wicked. You can win it for £1. Ben, you're saying I won't be on Facebook anymore. I will be on Facebook. I'm going to go to this is what I mean, man. I've got to speak to the Facebook group separately. I've got to speak to the Telegram group separately. I've got to speak to everybody separately. This is the home. This is where I can speak to you all at the same place. The community is too big for me. It's not too big for me, but it's unsustainable in its current format. I need all your help here to bring it all under one roof. And Facebook, I'm going to go into the Facebook members group chat separately to speak to you all after this and help you across. Please work with me, not against me. Telegram's getting closed. Discord is the place. Woo! I feel better after saying that. It has been a seriously busy morning. Now, what I want to do before I speak about, I'm going to speak about Amrabat. Of course I am. I'm going to speak about Teden Mengi to Luton. I'm going to speak about Van der Beek, maybe to Galatasaray, and others. There's a couple of important talking points. Maybe not important talking points, but I really want to speak about them. Right? Ansu Fati going to Brighton is like Brighton have shown what is possible, even in the most competitive circumstance in the Premier League, where Moneyball is taking over. What is possible when you have a really, really well-run football club from top to bottom. Every single person in place is the right person in place. All the people in power are the right people in power, and they're smart and they know what they're doing. And having a fantastic scouting system helps as well. But Ansu Fati going to Brighton is really indicative of how much they've grown over these last few years. Fair play to Brighton. I just wanted to say that there. I think he was supposed to be going to Spurs. That didn't work well. But Brighton has really shown what happens when everybody, every person at a football club is pulling in the same direction and what can be achieved. Fair play to Brighton, man. Really, really fair play to them. I just wanted to say that at the start. A super chat there from my man Smee. How you doing? Everyone head to Discord, my ledge. Mate, everyone do. I promise you it's going to be so much better. It is so much better. It's ridiculous. Let me pull this up here. Right. Oh, man, look at that. Shanks and Bigfoot. Is it Shanks and Bigfoot? I think it's Shanks and Bigfoot. Sweet Like Chocolate dropping 5 memberships. Jeez. Right. Let's pull this back up. Oh, damn, I've lost my place now. Where are we? Here we are. This as well, right? When Wolves played us, Núñez had the absolute run of our midfield. And City have now gone and signed him. It genuinely feels that City have ever since sort of Scholes and Carrick left United's midfield, it feels like City have had, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 cycles of having a ridiculously good midfield. And now, what is it? Like Gundogan's left and they've brought in Kovacic, and now Núñez is coming in. Maybe is that direct? Is that because De Bruyne is injured, or is that separate? Either way, that is a fantastic signing for City. Whilst we're sitting here looking down the back of the sofa, it's really quite annoying. It really is quite annoying. And look, this one here stood out to me. Pete, your gong just frightened my dog. Sorry, Pete's dog. I've randomly got, you know, when you get sucked into Instagram Reels, I was watching like dog chiropractors getting their like backs cracked. And this dog was like, he looked well, he didn't look happy. I think he was probably happy after. I didn't know they did that sort of stuff for dogs, but apparently you do. Anyway, Cole Palmer. This one here, right? Cole Palmer going to Chelsea for 45 million. For 45 million. I'm sitting there going, honestly, it's like, wow. 21-year-old. Yeah, he's made like 20 appearances there or thereabouts for City. He's a good prospect, sure, yeah, but 45 million. You know what I think it is? Well, I don't think. When it comes to FFP and it comes to being within the constraints, when you sell an academy player, it goes down as 100% profit rather than the amortization of an individual. It's almost like selling academy players at big money now is a key part to being able to sign whoever you want. Man, 45 million. Vincent, you're saying, I've tried joining the Discord. It won't let me join. I've no idea why it won't let you join. That is the link. The link should be fine. If any mods, can you keep your eyes out for anybody who needs help here, please? And if you need to, go into the Telegram members chat and I'll be in there after this as well. I'll help you. I'll guide you through it. There's going to be teething problems. I know there will be. But be patient because trust me, it's better. Anyway, I thought that was mad. And then again, just one more little moment before we get into the Amrabat news, I promise. I just had to do the numbers this morning. I looked into it because we all know that. I think my point here of showing how well run Brighton are, of showing that City have gone out there and improved their midfield again, and Chelsea making their 9th signing of the summer. Let's not look at Chelsea. But the Dean Henderson situation, right? James Trafford joined Burnley from City this season. Spent the last 2 seasons on loan at Bolton. Was it Bolton and Accrington? Yeah, he won the under-21s. Was he under-21s Euros with England? And he was very impressive. I think he saved a penalty right at the end as well. Good keeper, sure. But Henderson has over 60 Premier League appearances. He's 26, already won promotion with Sheffield United, the Championship. And we've sold him for pretty much the exact same price. And I look at that and I go, I mean, probably a significant part of that is the fact that Henderson was on an insane wage. And he was on over 100 grand a week, dudes. Henderson. My word. And I think it's just all these things combined. I wanted to get that moan out this morning. A well-run football club making good decisions, has the ability to sell players for the right price, has the ability to buy players for the right price. But we're still anchored down by the Glazers. They really are. Oh, my God. I thought, man, it was November. It was November where we had that stream where I was popping cans, so excited about what could happen. And they dug their heels in because they... Honestly, like, when you do this, right, let me type this out. I'm going to leave a comment in it, right? I'm going to leave a comment down here. 1 second. Let me type it out properly. I've just typed in and left a comment there of 5 billion. Look how many zeros are on that. 5 billion. It's so much money. How can you want more than that? Here we go. Here we go. I really am in a moany mood this morning. It's kind of hard not to be. You know full well that I'm a very generally positive person. But this window is very taxing, I'll tell you that. Omar, nice to see you there joining as a member, dude. Billington is saying, calm down, Sam. Watch your blood pressure. My blood pressure is fine. It's I think it's just I just want to see the best from my football club, man. And I think after we had those 3 signings, I felt like, you know what, this could be the start. And then go, no, to say we got dragged back down. We got dragged back down. A couple of people are saying the Discord link isn't working. I've no idea why they're. If it isn't, I'll sort it out after. All right, mods, please help. Anyway, let's talk about the transfer news. 15 minutes and I haven't spoken about transfer news. Right. Van der Beek. I'm going to speak about exits first because we know we're penny pinching. We're penny pinching right now. And Van der Beek, I don't think that Van der Beek's exit guarantees any sort of Amrabat signing or anything else. But Galatasaray want him. I think Lorient want him. Real Sociedad have pulled out. Tomorrow, we'll get the Van der Beek exit. I'm pretty sure of that now, which absolutely has to happen. And of course, that will mean some wages off the books, which will be a good thing. That will help us balance. But Van der Beek's going to be leaving. If you're looking at probably, Ben, you're saying wasn't a deal agreed with Lorient. Man United agreed a deal with Lorient. Donny Van der Beek didn't. So there's that one there. I imagine he go to Galatasaray, and I wish nothing but the best for him. It doesn't leave with bad blood. I just don't want him at the club anymore. There's not a position for him. There's not a place for him. I'd much rather Hannibal got minutes ahead of Van der Beek this season now. So Donny, he needs to move on, and it looks like I imagine Galatasaray would probably be the choice that he wanted to do. Nick, I see there, dude. Nice, finally able to catch a live after a few months. Big up. I know you aren't good at selling, but our talent's going for peanuts is just embarrassing. Yeah, I've already got my moaning out of the way, Nick. Don't drag me back into it. But yeah, Galatasaray for Van der Beek and Luton Town for Teden Mengi on a permanent deal. So we don't know how much that's going to be. Is it going to be another, what was it? 850 grand for Iqbal, 750 grand for Laird, 500 grand for Emerin. Teden Mengi's had some real injury woes these last couple of years, man. Feel sorry for him. Going to add him. Was it? No, it wasn't Mengi. Who was it? I can never remember his name. I can see his face in my head. What was the name of the centre-back who partnered Tuanzebe for the under-18s? What was his name? He was an absolute unit. Because I had big hopes for both of them, but then neither of them were able to break through. I don't think it was Teden Mengi. Can't remember his name, though. You can let me know in the comments, but Sod knows how much it's going to be for him. It's probably not going to be enough, but it's going to be another little bit. Roshawn Williams. Yes, Connor. Thank you, my man. Roshawn Williams, indeed. 10 points to Connor in the comments. I had high hopes for him, man. Both Roshawn Williams and Axel Tuanzebe, when they were under 18s level at United, looked really good. Goes to show how, as I think we spoke about it this week, how difficult it is for a defender to break through the academy into the first team. Really hard. But Mengi leaving, good. Bit of money in the tank. In the tank? I suppose you can have a money tank. And somebody who's not going to be leaving. And we put it down as what, like a 4 out of 10 chance, which is about realistic. McTominay. It seems like, well, the way that the reporting has gone on this, it seems like Thomas Tuchel was the man pushing for McTominay. And Bayern Munich, we're going, hold on. You want us to sign McTominay? Hold on. So now, they've gone to Paulinho. Now, of course, West Ham tried to sign him for around about 45 million. He's a very good player. And I know you've always been a fan of him. I know lots of people have been a good fan because he's a good player. Looks like he is going to be going towards Bayern Munich rather than Scott McTominay. So Scott will be staying, which we kind of knew, really. And honestly, I think that Scott McTominay may well be in the starting 11 against Arsenal at the weekend. I'd almost be surprised if he wasn't, because we'd simply put, we cannot have the same sort of physical intensity against Arsenal as we've had in these last few games. If we do, we're getting pumped. We are getting pumped. Johnny saying, Sam, why do the footballers have the power over the clubs? I think you're asking that because of this. I asked that as well. I can't remember who was it. I think, was that when we were speaking about the Harry Kane transfer? And saying like he can decide where how much influence does a player have on where he plays and where he doesn't play? No. Or was it Harry Maguire? I sod knows which one it was. I thought it was a bit weird. Ian, he's saying play McTominay at centre back. Matto, you mentioned in Bosman. Well, we're not speaking about free transfers here, are we? Van der Beek's under a contract. Anyway, right. We're 20 minutes in. Let's start the big part of the show. I feel better now that I've got all that out of my system. We've had a little moan. We've spoken about the exits. Let's moan about transfers and signings instead. All right. Let's run through everything that was said yesterday on the Amrabat situation and what the state of play is currently. Now, when this broke, I did a nice little extra live and we got excited. Yeah. I was like, finally, United are pulling the trigger, moving forward with Amrabat. David Ornstein here, and I think it's quite important to look at semantics, look at the language here. David Ornstein said that Manchester United are working on a deal to sign Sofyan Amrabat, right? No mention of bids going in, no mention of anything. He said we're working on a deal. And we didn't know what the structure of that deal was. And then you got James Horncastle from The Athletic as well, saying that Fiorentina have rejected United's loan bid, 2 million loan bid. And we went through, actually, no, we haven't spoken about this yet, right? United approached the Serie A club with a proposal that included a fixed loan fee payable in 1 million euro installments. And I'm laughing. I mean, it's not really funny. Honestly, at the same time as, let's have a look at this. At the same time as Chelsea are making their, the Chelsea one's a bad example. I won't look at them because they're just breaking all the rules, and we know that they don't give a toss. City have won the treble and have spent this summer. They spent 230 million. I'm laughing. It's not funny, but City have won the treble and just spent 230 million. Whilst we're honestly, I'm laughing because it's the only thing. It's the only thing I can do. The only thing I can do about this. The idea that we went to Fiorentina with a loan offer of 2 million for Amrabat. Honestly, I would slap us out of that negotiation. I would throw us out the window. But then Fabrizio Romano come with an interesting follow-up on that. And he's saying, look, Man United are preparing that formal bid for Amrabat, but there was no proposal sent to Fiorentina. It was just informal talks. So that's a curious one. As I said, David Ornstein never at any point here said that the bid had gone in. He's saying that Man United are working on the deal. James Horncastle was the one who came forward, and Dan Sheldon from The Athletic, to say that Man United have put a 2 million euro offer in. But according to Fabrizio, it was more a conversation. Which it's an embarrassing conversation anyway, but it's a conversation rather than an actual proposal. Now, this has to move fast. This will move fast. And it's Fiorentina want to sell him, all right? Fiorentina have got a player that wants to leave, a player who's not been training, a player who's isolated away from the first team. They want to sell him. But and in my opinion, the structure is quite easy, right? And it's written there. All we need to do is a loan with an obligation. It's very straightforward. A loan with an obligation means that we give a loan fee now, and if he hits X appearances or it reaches a certain date, whatever you can write down what the obligation is, we will then pay the full premium, pay the full transfer fee for Amrabat. Now, by doing that, it means that Man United can sign Amrabat this summer, but actually pay for him next summer. So it will help our books a bit. I compared it. I was speaking about Gravenberch in this situation, but now that the same sort of concept applies to Amrabat. It's like PSG signing Gonzalo Ramos from Benfica. They signed him on loan. They're going to pay for him next year. Let me see what we're saying down here. United dipping toes and testing waters. That's not really testing waters, dude. Fiorentina want to sell this guy, and we're. Do you reckon they might? I don't know. Do you reckon they might accept what, like 2 mil? Maybe 2 mil. It's like going to buy a house that's worth 400 grand, and you go, you know what? Just on the off chance, I'm gonna put in a bit of 200 grand and see what they say. You know what the answer is. You know what the answer is. Oh, Tim, that's a nice little comment there. He's saying, look, the link with Safari didn't work, but using the link with Google worked. Okay, so if there are people that are struggling to join the Discord, maybe it's the browser that you're using it on. Maybe just download the app on your phone and you'll be able to click it on there, and it's very, very straightforward. I swear I get asked this question more often than you can ever possibly think. I've got no idea. I've no idea how long that amortization for Lukaku was. We've got somebody said play McTominay as a centre back earlier. Now we've got Brian saying play McTominay as a striker. All good fun. All good fun. But this Amrabat situation, I like to think that our club really isn't dumb enough. And I emphasize that word, dumb enough, 2 words, dumb enough to put in a loan offer of 2 million euros with no obligation to buy for a player whose contract runs out next summer. But I can't rule it out. I really can't rule it out. Honestly, that is it's laughable. It's embarrassing. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm going to drop the link to the Discord down there again, by the way. Anybody who hasn't joined, you can see up there. Whee! I'm so happy with the Discord, man. I want you to join in. Amrabat, type it in the comments now, actually. Give me a number between 1 and 10. 10 being 100% confident that we're going to sign him. At this point, how confident would you say you are that we'll sign Amrabat after all the developments that happened yesterday? I'm going to, maybe a lot of you are going to say 4. Sitting there with number 4 in his shirt. I think on my video at the start of the week, I put Amrabat down as, I think, about 7 out of 10. I think that's what I was at. Let me see what you're saying down here in the comments. Kelvin, you're feeling chipper. You're going for a 0. We've got Philippe with a 5, Will with a 3, Philippe with no 2 5s. Don't be spamming comments, dude. Please don't spam comments. Nino, you're saying a 10. Oh, you're coming in strong. Leaf, you're saying 5. Curty, you're saying 9. Gary, you're saying 3. Madhouse, you're going for a 7. John, you're going for a 5. Lita, a 2. Wayne, a 6. Stephen, a 1. Lucia, 7. Let's get some more members in down here. We've got Will getting a 3. 7s down there. I think I'm still a 7, which might sound stupid given all the stories that sort of came out yesterday, but the door has been opened far later than it ever should have. But the door has been opened. We've got Van der Beek, who's going to Galatasaray, or Van der Beek will be leaving on loan somewhere tomorrow. All right, that's going to get done. We've got Dean Henderson that will be confirmed today, and Bayindir that will come in at the same time. You've got Mengi going to Luton as well. That's another exit. I don't think McTominay will be leaving. Bayern Munich are looking elsewhere. But I personally feel still a 7. I might be wrong. I might be right. I might be wrong. But I still feel a 7. And he is the perfect solution for right now in the circumstances. Could we, if we had a blank check, go out and sign somebody better than Amrabat? You're damn right we could. But we can't. So in the circumstances, I think he would be a very good and smart signing. And somebody who we won't be signing, I don't think. Oh, no. I saw this yesterday as well. I'm not sure if you saw that. You know, Alfredo Pedulla, who was leading with I think it was the Onana story. I think it was Onana where he got his stripes. And then Højlund, he kind of went, oh, he's suggesting that Nottingham Forest agreed a deal with Fiorentina yesterday, but Amrabat actually said no. Only leaving that as a Chinese whisper. One player, oh, geez. Forgot I had all these bloody windows open. That's what I mean about, I don't know how many tabs I got open this morning. It is Tab City up there. You know, this idea that Fiorentina value him at 30 million, we're going to be like, well, that's your, well, about 2 million euros. Yeah, no, not sterling, euros. Yeah? Don't know. One player who well, by the looks of things, will not be joining. This, Ryan Gravenberch. I had it down in my, I was still so hopeful that United could get Ryan Gravenberch in on loan and we could sign Amrabat on a permanent deal. As it's transpiring, we don't have the money to get Amrabat on a permanent deal. Therefore, we're going to get Amrabat on loan and Liverpool going after Gravenberch. I've got to be honest, man. I find that a weird signing for Liverpool. They signed Ski. They signed McAllister. Who else they signed? It feels like they've just signed loads of number 8s. Gravenberch is number 8. Maybe he'll play slightly deeper. More in a, is it going to be like a double pivot with that new midfielder? I don't know. It's a bit weird. But Gravenberch going to Liverpool, not United. He would have easily chosen United, but we just never made the move for him. And he's going to make a move there. And I'll tell you what. Something I was thinking about. I've actually done a short video on it today. Like, Amrabat is crucial, in my opinion, for the rest of our season and what we want to do and the style of play we want to do. He's crucial. Gravenberch, if he had come in, I think would probably more have operated at United as like a Mason Mount alternative. I think he would have played in that sort of role. And so will Kobbie Mainoo when he comes back. And just thinking about that, put a little positive spin in my head. I was like, I know this United midfield right now is in dire straits. It really feels like that. We're losing. We're getting overrun in games. We got overrun by Wolves. We got overrun by Forest with 10 men, for goodness sake. And we certainly got overrun by Spurs. Bring Amrabat in and then Kobbie Mainoo should be coming back into the team in about a month's time. Now, I'm not expecting him to pull up trees, but having Mainoo in there will add some. I'm looking forward to it. And maybe if we'd signed Gravenberch, that could potentially have been a bit of a blocker for Mainoo. I think somebody left that comment yesterday. I'm really looking forward to this kid. You know how you knew the Garnacho was the one in terms of that academy star that breaks through in that position as an attacker? You're like, he's the one. Mainoo is the one in midfield. He's that young midfielder who's just going to just take to it. And this is going to be his season. Now, I think he posted yesterday on Twitter, or was it Instagram, I think. Bruno Fernandes was like, when are you going to be back on the pitch? And he's like, soon, soon, soon. Hey, I'm hoping that we can see Kobbie Mainoo on the 1st of October. That's what I'm hoping for. One more month, and then we get Kobbie Mainoo back. And remember that we've got a 2-week international break now. After the Arsenal game, which makes the Arsenal game so much more important, we've got 13 days before our next game against Brighton at home. 13 days where the result of that game is going to fester for both teams, either team. Not particularly confident going into it, but we don't need to speak about that game. We'll speak about it tomorrow because we've still got the Champions League draw to do today. We've still got the deadline for tomorrow, but Kobbie, really looking forward to him coming back. In terms of other transfers and transfer stories, the Cucurella situation should be resolved at some point soon. We're going to be signing him as an emergency left-back loan. I've sort of explained my opinion on it. I think he's a pretty good emergency signing at left back. And again, something to make you laugh. Oh, you cry. You know, Chelsea asking for a 7 million loan fee whilst we're looking at 2 million euros for Amrabat, if that was true. Just makes you laugh. Maybe Cucurella's just been told that and he's laughing at it. I think he's going to be a decent signing for us. I'm happy with it. And I personally agree with Erik ten Hag's decision to not just stick with Dalot and Fernandes. I think that could have come back to bite United. Not to say that it definitely won't with Cucurella, right? Maybe we've got Chelsea Cucurella and he'll be crap. And then you'll be like, Sam, you were wrong. Hey, that might be the case. Might be the case. But that should get done. Well, that should definitely get done. It's not really going to be a problem. And this is something that I've said kind of immediately, but it's something I thought about. Because United were planning to bring Mason Greenwood back before they actually had a look at their moral compass and they started listening to people, he was going to come back. He was part of Ten Hag's plans. However, that changed. And therefore, Ten Hag's plans changed. So while he might have been planning for Mason Greenwood to be in his squad this season, he now doesn't have Mason Greenwood as an option. So the idea that United would like to bring in a forward on loan, I've always considered that to be what could be a potential surprise, right? Some form of loaned attacker is what I've always thought would be maybe a surprise. Because Ten Hag, as I said, we definitely would have been planning for Mason, but he's not got him anymore. So if he can, then maybe we will see a surprise loan signing. No, I don't know whether that's going to happen or not, but we'll find out. We will. What are you saying down there? Bring back Weghorst on loan. God. Who would be available on loan, says Robert? I don't know. Cucurella's available on loan. Nobody really knew that. I mean, a player on loan doesn't necessarily have to be somebody who's just, I don't know, sitting there waiting for it. You can maybe identify an attacker and go, yeah, you're not really first choice in your team. Maybe there. Who do you think? Type it in the comments, actually. And be realistic, people. Don't throw Osimhen in the comments. Don't throw Icardi in the comments at me. Genuinely, do you think there's anybody that we could sign on loan that would actually be, you go, you know what? I could see that player maybe doing something for us. Jamie Vardy down there in the comments. Jamie Vardy. Nah. Part of me's like, is that actually a good shout? You're not going to get Taremi on loan. Get Kai Rooney in. How old's Kai Rooney now? I don't know. He's a young kid. Nick, how you doing, buddy? Cucurella said he struggled at Chelsea because of the pressure and the expectation at the top. Well, if that is the case, then that's never going to work out at United. Nick, I appreciate your super chats, man. Nice to see you back here. Make sure you get in the Discord, dude. And everybody else. I'm posting it again one more time down here. Whoop. Guys, I'm going to be spamming this. Spamming it? I'm not spamming it. I'm proud of it. I'm so proud of it. I put my name on it. It actually works because Peoples is my name. Anyway, big up George Foreman. Don't sue me. See, I'm going a bit loopy today, Anna. You can tell. Please join the Discord. I've left the link in the comments. Let's go back to what I was saying there. Oh, look, I clicked the right tab. Let's see what are the names you're saying down here. Felix. Quite a few people saying Felix Tadic. Now, everyone gets so angry because he used to play for Ajax. Taremi on loan. Cavani. Tony. Well, he can't play until January. Jeff, that's a good point. I don't think you can make more than... Is it you can't make more than 2 loans from Premier League clubs? Or is it just 2 loans overall? I don't know, actually. I don't know. Why didn't we go for Ferguson from Brighton, says Ian? Because A, he signed a new contract. B, he would cost 650. I have no idea. I have no idea how much Evan Ferguson would have cost. But way too much for a club which is looking down the back of the sofa for pound coins. Eketika PSG, I thought he's getting linked with like 30, 40, 50 million pound moves and bids. Ilinacho, I think Ilinacho is getting linked with Crystal Palace. I think it's Crystal Palace. Lee, you're saying it's 2 Prem loans and 5 total. Oh, there you go. Stephen, you're saying you need to use Google to get on Discord. That's not the first person who said that. I didn't know this. That's just weird. Maybe if you're using Safari and you're clicking the link, it's not going to open. One way it definitely works is if you open it on your phone. Guaranteed it's going to work on your phone. Install the app and you can go through there. But if you're on a desktop, maybe use Google Chrome, because that's what I use and it works completely. I have no idea. I'd like to think that we're going to get a surprise attacking bit of strengthening this next 36 hours, but I would not put any sort of confidence in it. And we are just over 36 hours until the window closes. Doesn't sound like Hannibal's going anywhere. I think if Van der Beek leaves, I think there is a genuine place inside that squad for Hannibal that I think he can feel confident that he will compete for minutes this season. Because we'd have Bruno, we'd have Mount, and then who? You're probably going to be saying Hannibal is one of the alternatives to those. Eriksen, of course, is an alternative too. Hannibal was an all-round, no-nonsense midfielder. And that sort of energy can work. Remember when he came on against Liverpool? When we were getting steamrolled. And he came on and just like put in a tackle after like 4 seconds. It's always been part of Hannibal. If you've ever watched Hannibal throughout the academy, he's got a wee temper on him. A wee temper. He does. He's gotten some stupid red cards before. I imagine he's growing, maturing and all that. But it was part of Rooney, right? It was part of Rooney the whole way through. It's a little bit part of Hannibal. And I don't think that will ever leave. He's just got that little side of him where if defenders can use it against him if he's not smart about it. But I thought a loan was going to happen for Hannibal. But keep him here. Give him minutes instead of Van der Beek. Let Van der Beek go. I'm fine with that. I think that's a decent squad position for him. Now, look, 38 minutes into the show. And the last few minutes, I want to speak about... Have I got 2 things to speak about or 1 thing? Let's have a look. 2 things. Let's finish on some real positive notes here. Because there's such a lot of frustration among United fans right now. And it's rubbing off onto me now. But the Champions League draw. Champions League draw is tonight. I will be live at... I think it's 4:45. I'm going to go live. We're going to run through it. I'm going to sort of have facts and figures, and we'll have conversations about all the pots and all the teams that are in all the pots, all right? We'll do a little Champions League show, and then we'll watch the live stream together. I won't watch it live on the screen because I'll get shut down for copyright, but we'll react to it as it's happening together. So please make sure you tune in with that. These are the groups. Who do you want to get? Let's have a look. Let me circle some big ones. Let's go down here, make that full screen. Oh, no, you can't actually see them all now. Right, let's stick to that one then. Let's go over here. Let me change that color from blue because you ain't seeing blue. Let's make it white. Right. Please don't give me Sevilla. For the love of God, do not give me Sevilla. I'm bored of playing Sevilla. My personal choice would be Feyenoord or Benfica. Feyenoord or Benfica. I think I might change my mind. Benfica. It's a nicer trip. It's a nicer trip. You leave the comments with the groups that you want, and I'll read them out in a sec. Obviously, we're in pot 2. You can't get anybody from pot 2. Pot 3, selfishly, I want to get Milan because I want the opportunity to go and see United at the San Siro before it isn't their stadium anymore. It's a ground I've never been to, and I'd love the opportunity to watch United play in the San Siro. I really would. And for me, I want Union Berlin from pot 4 because Berlin is a hell of a place. Have you ever been to Berlin? What a city. I'd love to go there to watch United. So Benfica, Milan, and Union Berlin would be my ideal draw. Let me see what you're saying in the comments, right? Jonathan, you can go to your beloved Amsterdam if you get final. I did that when we went to Eindhoven. I didn't like Eindhoven whatsoever. That was when Luke Shaw broke his leg. That was my first ever European away game. Sod that. I've done Amsterdam enough. I want to go to some other places to watch United. What are we saying in there? What groups are you going for? Benfica, Lazio, and Young Boys, says Josh. David, Benfica, PSV, and Celtic would be some good games. Nah, not Eindhoven again, please. Megaloman, I want Bayern. Can that happen? You want Bayern, Madrid, and City in the same group? Well, it can't happen because Bayern and City are in pot 1. Come on. You know how it works. You know how it works. Jibak, PSG, United, Milan, and Sociedad. Not again. Not again. No, don't give me the same teams. Don't give me the same teams. Jack Stewart, you're saying only United would reject 30 mil for McSauce. I stood behind the decision to do that at the time because he's worth more in this market. It's just that we've now got a player on our hands that, yeah, we can't sell. Tom, you're saying 2 mil is a joke. Who would agree to this? I hope that it was just, as David Ornstein said, it wasn't actually the formal bid that went through. V33 Amrabat looked feisty at this World Cup. A+ if it happens. He is feisty, dude. He absolutely is. Get Che Adams and Akinfenwa. God damn it. Can't believe someone just said Akinfenwa. PSG, AC, and Young Boys, says Kev. Paris, Dortmund, and Young Boys, says Jan. Sean, you're saying Bayern, United, PSV, and Young Boys. Hey, look. Let's go on. Jack, you're saying how is McTominay worth more? I don't want to get into these conversations, dude. You know he's worth more. In this market where, okay, let me just pull this one up then. Okay, so you're telling me that Cole Palmer, 21-year-old with 20 appearances for City, is worth 15 million more than Scott McTominay? Okay. But he's not. I cannot tell you how excited I am for the end of this transfer window. Oh, every summer manages to surprise me even more than the last. I didn't think that we would get any crate. Last summer was, you remember it with the De Jong situation and how taxing that was. Every day to be sitting there and talking about De Jong this, De Jong that, and it was exhausting. And then this summer's just been, it's mad. It's mad. But the Champions League draw is tonight. And you know what? I want to end on one big positive note. All right? How about this? Højlund's been training, according to Paul Hurst from the Times, and he's in contention to make his debut against Arsenal. There's your positive vibe. Take that through and out from the show. Could be seeing Højlund. Hey, look, a certain Marcus Rashford and Anthony made their debuts against Arsenal, and they both scored. Well, it might not happen. He might not even make his debut, but let's find out. I can't wait to see this lad play for us. Champions League draw is happening later today. Will I do a video at lunch? I might do a video at lunch. I might just chill and wait for the live show later, but I will be here. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Make sure, as I say, and I'm going to say this every day for the next month because I'm so proud of it. I'm not saying it again, but I'm proud of it. The Discord is launched. It's live. Come across Telegram. Everybody on Telegram, stop using it. Come to Discord. I'll be there straight after the show. I'm going to go into the Facebook members chat to help any Facebook members across. Big up to all of you. That was a busy show. 36 hours to go. We need signings.